Bump jump, jump. Woo, woohoo. Most mountain bikers at some point will want to learn how to jump. And listen, it's the closest we're ever going to get to dying. I mean flying, so I totally get it. The problem is most mountain bikers rush into the process. Or I should say they start the process before they are truly ready to learn how to jump. And the problem with that is jumping is dangerous. If only there was a way that you could build jumping skills without ever setting foot on a jump. Well, believe it or not, there is. And if I ran some kind of school that taught people how to mountain bike or how to jump, I would ensure that they had this one skill before they even tried their first jump. And that skill is the bump jump. Now, I'm not going to teach you that skill in this video because I already taught it in this video. I'm also going to put the link in the description below, so go check that out. But before you do, stay with me through this video because you're going to be more motivated than ever to learn how to bump jump. Now here's the thing, I am confident that I could follow a mountain biker on any trail, and judging by how they ride that trail, I would get a pretty good read on whether or not they are actually ready to jump and how quickly they could progress learning to jump simply by how active they are on any trail. So come along with me as I turn a climbing trail into a jump trail. Yo, all right, let's check out the bike that I'm gonna ride for this. It's my enduro bike. It's not necessarily made for turning trails into jump trails for that matter. It's 37 pounds, it's heavy. It's got a 170 millimeter heavy fork on the front. It's a full 29er build right now. Now, if you've been following my channel for the past few months, you know that I recently professed my love for mixed wheel mullet bikes, and that is still true. But Pneumatic Wheel Co. sent me a carbon wheel set to review, so I'm putting them through their paces. I'm putting miles on them, I'm testing them out. So in the next few weeks, stick with me and I will post a full review of these wheels as well as what my thoughts are on carbon wheels as a whole. So I'm going to be rocking the full face today, not because I needed to turn any trail into a jump trail, but because it has a chin mount. A chin mount, if you are curious, is the best camera angle that you can have on a mountain bike POV. Feels like somebody dumped a bag of vampire teeth in my shoe. Good grief. The trail that I'm climbing now is kind of a well-known climbing trail in this trail system. It was built specifically to be a climbing trail. However, it is bi-directional, which is good because this climbing trail is going to be the one I turn into a jump trail. Now, I've only ever ridden down this trail one time many years ago, so I don't have like a predetermined plan. I'm going to set a goal for myself that I can get 30 seconds or more of airtime riding down this climbing trail. Now, is that possible? I have absolutely no clue. It's just a guess. But what I will do in post when I'm editing this is that I will tally up all the time that both wheels are off the ground. We'll see if we can hit that 30-second mark. A half a minute of floating, a half a minute of flying on a climb trail. I think that would be pretty cool. But I need to come up with some kind of penalty if I can't hit that 30-second mark. Maybe you can help me out in the comments below. I'll figure something out. So what is a bump jump? Well, a bump jump is similar to a bunny hop or a J hop, except you use a bump to help propel you into the air. You time your hop with the bump and it acts kind of like a little jump. Surely that little mound right there can get us some air. Maybe a second. 1 Mississippi. So can I do 30 of those? It's gonna be tight. If I can't, maybe I'll get like pink grips and ride them for a month or something. Not that that truly offends me, but I'm kind of minimalistic when it comes to colors on my bike. I'll think of something. I'm also going to use natural bumps. I'm not just going to bunny hop down this trail. So it's going to be legit. Down the trail right now, just for a few feet, because I want to point out the size of this tabletop right here. Look at that. So the lip is right where that tree is. The landing is up there where those ferns get heavy on the right. That's like a beautiful 12-footer maybe. Let's take a look at the character I chose for this challenge. Let's take a look at the character I chose for this challenge. This character is wearing flat pedal shoes, which means no hooking in to lift the bike. Yowzas. This character is wearing heavy shin pads and heavy knee pads. Why? Because padless Pats are cruising for a bruising. This character is wearing a 5-pound back bag to carry B-roll crap should he decide to use it. There's no proof or there's no promise. This character is wearing a super heavy full face helmet because this character thinks that chin bar mount is the best POV. And this character is not a track and field athlete for that matter. This character has knee injuries that make it nearly impossible for this character to even jump off the flat ground with his own feet. So why do I tell you all that? Because age doesn't matter, strength doesn't matter. It's all about a creative version. Here we are, we're at the top. All right, so I'm also not gonna blast this in one go because I wanna look for places where I can turn trail into jumps. Also, I'm gonna yield to everybody climbing since it is primarily a climbing trail. So you don't even necessarily have to ride fast to do this. Let's get a move on. Here we go. I did see like a little gap back there. Here we go, here's a jump. Let's go around this way. Oh, there's a rock in the trail. You're good, man. It's all yours, bro. Go ahead.
How you doing?
Good.
Just me.
Just me as well. Have a good one, bro. All right, here we go. Let's look for more stuff here. So far, only a few. Here's one. Here's a rock. Bump jump. Bump jump. Here we go. Bump jump. Bump jump. Let's slow it down because I know I'm missing stuff. All right. Where was that tabletop I called out? Okay, here we go. Here we got a hip jump. Here we go. Where was that? Here it was. This is the chute that I just came through with the trees. And check out what is right after I landed a beautiful rock that we are gonna bump jump. Let's put our B-roll camera here, somewhere like that. Most bump jumps, you actually, unless you're trying to clear something, you don't need a lot of speed for. This one didn't look like it had a target for a landing. Here we go. Woo. We get our camera onward. Okay, picking up where we left off at that rock. Here's another little bump jump. Tiny little rock. Certainly not worth B-roll, but something that you can use technique on. Turn the trail into a fun little jump zone. Woohoo! There we go. What was that, like a quarter of a second? Here we go. You got a little thing right here. Remember that 12-foot tabletop I pointed out? That butte. It's right up here. I just noticed it, so I had to walk back up. Let's get after it. Let's get after it. Beautiful. Whoa! Gotta go back and check that out. Don't count that, Josh. Beautiful tabletop I just cleared. Check out this beautiful section of rocks. Most people might just kind of roll up over them, right? Maybe absorb them. But I am going to gap them from right here and clear all the rocks. It's pretty self-explanatory. All right, let's do this, Mike. All right, we got the rock gap here. Here's the tabletop. I'm not going to double count this, don't worry. Woohoo! Felt pretty smooth to me. Onward. After that rock bit right there. Look at this step down. We go from this rock right here all the way down right over here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take off right here at this rock, where my foot is, and we're going to gap that section of rocks, and we're going to actually land all the way up here so we don't ding the new rims I'm testing out. Let's do it. Picking up where I left off with those rocks up there, that rocky jump. We got this jump line ahead of us that I just pointed out. Let's do this. Here we go. Beautiful. Oh, nice. Nice. And one more. Let's go back and get our camera. We jump that. Jump. 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 We're gonna gap that. We use this bump. We're gonna gap this. Here we go. Here we go. So there's a dog walker coming down behind me, and if I keep stopping to do B-roll, he's gonna catch me and get in front of me. And then I'm just gonna keep interrupting his enjoyable hike, so I don't wanna do that. So I'm gonna cut out the B-roll for a while, get it far ahead of him. That way I don't impact his experience on the trail. All right, let's keep going. Here we go, a little bump jump. Bump. Definitely a bump jump. Bump. Oh, that's better than I thought. Gap. Bump jump. We're just cruising here, man. I'm not even blasting it. Baby gap. This is actually kind of a pedally bit right here. Here we go. We're looking for stuff to jump. I need air time, so I'm not going to go super fast. Gap. Bad line. Gap. Here we go. Here we go. Gap. Oh, nice. That was like a second. Gap. Second. Gotta take my goggles off. I can't see. It's so dark. But there's a lot of bugs flying around, so I don't want to get bugs in my eyes. There we go. Uphill gap. Nice. Here we go, bump jump. It's funny, a 29er is way less playful. Bump jump. Here we gotta jump. Whip. Jump. So you can even whip on trails that don't have jumps on them. Someday I would like to blast this trail, see what kind of time I could get on it. Here we got a little jump here. All right. Probably could have jumped that, so if I'm like a quarter of a second off, it's because of that little thing back there. Here we go. Woo. There's a jump. Jump. It's getting tighter through here. We won't count that little bump jump. We're gonna manual that. All right. Gotta watch for uphill hikers. Man, I'm gonna get out of your way. It's all yours.
See you again, huh?
Yeah, dude. Gap. Whew. Here we go. There's some air time. Got some air time here. Oh, let's see. We got a gap. Look at this gap. Whew. Here we got one. We got an uphill jump. Ooh. Here we got something. That. Here we go. Here we go, gap. Double. Manual. Doesn't count though. Here we go, we got a little jump here. Woo-hoo. Here we go. All right, let's slow down because I can't see around this turn. Anybody coming? I'm not I can see. Step down. Here we go. Got some last minute jumps in here. Last minute jump. Last minute jump. All right, folks, that does it. We got one last opportunity right there. If I'm close to 30 seconds, this could be my finish line. Jump. Let's get after it. And he's off. And there it is. Bump jump. Jump. Woo, woo. Jump that. Jump. Jump. That. Jump. Bump, bump. The gap. Woo. Jump. Woo. That. There it is. Whew. So there you have it. Just a basic skill, the bump jump skill, and you can turn any trail into a jumping trail. Doesn't matter how strong you are. Doesn't matter how fit you are. And you can make the most boring trail an absolute blast to ride. Now, you can do this anywhere. I promise. Thanks so much. Appreciate you watching. So if you want somebody to support you on your jump journey, I can help you out. Hit subscribe, hit like, and I'll be there for you. Peace.